Okay, we are going to be doing question 1 of the project. I'm assuming that you've already found and downloaded your spreadsheet file and opened it up and filled in those top 5 rows and submitted that. And if I pointed out anything that was wrong or needed to be corrected, that you've taken care of that. So now find where you have that saved and open it up. Hopefully you remember where you saved that. If you can't find it, you can go back to Canvas to where you originally submitted it and download it again. But in every step of this project, we're going to be picking up where we left off and working on that same Excel file. I'm also assuming that you're working on a computer that has Excel installed. If that's not the case, you'll need to either install it or move to a different computer that already has Excel on it, like one of the college computers. You won't be able to install Excel on a Chromebook, and you won't be able to do this on your phone. And if you're trying to do this with some other application other than Excel, like Google Sheets or the web-based version of Excel, you may not be able to do everything that you need to do. If you can figure out how to do everything you need to do, that's great, but there are probably some things that you won't be able to do, that won't work, and that I won't be able to help you with. So I really do recommend that you do this on an installed desktop version of Excel. So, make sure you're in your file on the data spreadsheet page, and we're going to be working with question 1, which is the question about what type of shirt people want, what type of thing that people like on their t-shirt. So, we're going to select all of the responses. So I clicked in cell B3, and now I'm dragging down to select all 75 responses in that column for question 1. Now I'm going to go up here to the top where it says Insert. I'm going to click on that and click Pivot Table. And in the little box that pops up, just click OK. Now over here, over on the right side of the screen, I need to check the box next to where it says Type of Shirt. And when you check that box, you should see a list of the different categories. If you don't see that list, if that doesn't appear, you might have to click on this and drag it down into the rows box. But in my version of Excel, at least, it did that for me automatically. But now what I need to do is click where it says Type of Shirt here and drag it down into the Values box. And that will tell Excel to count how many times each of these appeared in my list of responses. So you're going to get different numbers than I got, but in my responses, I got 22 people who liked a cartoon character, 5 for music, 30 for sports, 18 for words. Now, I'm going to change the headings here. Where it says row labels, I'm going to change that to favorite type of shirt. So double click on that, and then on your keyboard, delete that and type in the words favorite type of shirt. Notice I've capitalized those words, favorite and type and shirt. And I'm going to widen this column so I can see all of those words. And notice it is bold-faced. Now I'm going to change the column heading to column B so that it says frequency. So there, if I double-click it, a box pops up, and where it says custom name, I'm just going to type in the word frequency and click OK. I'm going to remove the grand total row by right-clicking on that and just clicking where it says remove grand total so that that doesn't show up. Now I'm going to add a percent column. So first I'm just going to go ahead and put a label there. So in cell C3, double click that, type in the word percent, and we want that to be boldface. So I'll click on that and click on the little B icon up here to make it bold. And I want it to be shaded the same color as these other two headings. So while I'm in cell C3, I'm going to go up here to the paint can icon, click the little arrow, and select the color that matches the colors here. So it was in the second row, the fifth column, that blue accent one lighter 80% should match the rest of what I have here. Now click in cell C4 and type equals, so you start with the equal sign, B4, and then a slash, which means divided by 75. Enter. So I just asked Excel to divide the number that was in B4, which is 22 for me, it's a different number for you, divide that number by 75. There were 22 votes for cartoon out of 75 in all. And now I'm going to reformat that as a percent. I'm going to click on that and just go up here and click the percent icon. And that should change this to a percent. But occasionally this percent button doesn't work. And if it doesn't work for you, the other thing you can try is there's a drop-down menu directly above there. You can click on that and select the percentage format from that list. Now if you do that, it gives you the percent with a couple digits after the decimal point. And if you want to leave it that way, that's fine. But if you want it so that it doesn't show any digits after the decimal point, you can use these buttons to adjust how many decimal places Excel displays. Okay, so now I've got the first percent. Now I'm going to copy that down to the other rows. So I'm going to click this little tiny box in the lower right corner and drag down through these other three rows. So I've told Excel to copy what was in B or C4 down into those other cells below it. And when it copied, it automatically adjusted so that this referred to B4, but now this is referring to B5 and B6 and B7. So the percents for each row refer to the numbers in that row. Now we still want to do a little formatting. So select the entire table and we're going to add grid line borders. So up here, click on the little down arrow and select all borders. And while this is still selected, click the centering icon here and here. So now notice that everything is centered in each of these cells. Now I'm going to go ahead and save my work by clicking the little save icon. I'm done with the table, but I still need to make the Pareto chart. So here's how to do that. Remember that for a Pareto chart, the categories are supposed to be arranged from highest to lowest. So we're going to need to sort these in order of frequency. So click B4 and drag down through the rest of the frequencies so you've got those selected. Now in the Home tab, go up here, up on the right, where it says Sort and Filter. Click on that and click Sort Largest to Smallest. So now this has been sorted with the highest frequency first down to the lowest frequency last. Now, select these all again, and this time go up, click on Insert, And then we're going to select the first column chart and just click on that. And that automatically generates a column chart, a vertical bar chart based on this set of data. I want to delete over here where it says total. So I'm just going to click on that and hit the delete button on my keyboard. And I don't want this gray bar here showing up. So I'm going to right click on that and select hide all field buttons on chart. And that makes that go away. Click the words under that first bar. In my case, it was sports. You might have a different first bar. But notice how a box appears around them. And I'm going to go up here to the Home tab and click the B to make them bold. And I'm going to click near the bottom corner of the graph, or near the top, or someplace. Go up here to well, if I right-click here and click on Outline, I can select No Outline. I want to change the title here. So where it says Total, click on that. Delete the word Total, and instead type in Favorite Type of Shirt, which is what this graph is supposed to show. And I'll change that to a size 11 font and make it bold. And I will add a frequency label. So up here under Design, so Pivot Chart Tools, Design, click over here on the left where it says Add Chart Element, and under Axis Titles, click Primary Vertical. So that added an axis title over here. I'm going to click on that, delete what's there, and instead type the word frequency. And let's make it bold. And I'm going to click inside the graph between two of the bars so that that sort of outlines the bar area of the chart. And I'm going to click the left middle circle and drag it slightly to the right so that it isn't quite as wide. And then I can, actually that was maybe a little too much, but I'm going to drag this frequency label a little further away so it's not kind of right on top of the numbers. And maybe make this so it's not quite so tall. And make sure you can still see all the labels. So this is what we want things to look like. Now I'm going to save this. And now all I have to do is take my file wherever I've saved it and go through and submit it through Canvas. So on the main page of Canvas, in the Project module, Question 1, Table and Pareto Chart, click on that, click Start Assignment, and it will give me a place where I can choose my file. So find where you've got that saved, and submit it. Submitted! Yay, we're done.